You haven't answered my question. So if you have,
you cannot demand more responsibility.
Yesterday you supported Jordan. Today you're supporting Donald.
That's not the way this works. We need a check and a balance on the third in line.
Who is your Let's have a final answer. Who do you want to be Speaker of the House?
For the conference to decide. We need to come together.
Who do you want? I'm asking who you want.
The Republican establishment, which includes right-wing media like Sean Hannity, big mad over the McCarthy holdouts in the House, real upset at the embarrassing Republican circus that continues to play out, a multi-day level circus. It's amazing, I love it. Hannity, not so much. And so he thought he'd have Lauren Boebert on, again, one of the holdouts, to scold her for not bowing her head and playing along to essentially allow Kevin McCarthy to gain that powerful position in the House of Representatives. Now, it's a little bit of an exhausting interview because it's the same question, the same conversation over and over again. They go around in circles. Let's watch how the interview begins. And I want you to note the question that Sean Hannity asks Lauren Boebert because, again, you're gonna hear it many more times.
Town Hall quoted you today saying the president, you said complimentary things about President Trump, needs to tell Kevin McCarthy that, sir, you do not have the votes. It's time to withdraw. Let me turn the tables, Congresswoman. Kevin McCarthy has 203 votes. Your side has 20. So if I'm going to use your words and your methodology and your math, isn't it time for you to pack it in and your side to pack it in, considering he has over 200 and you have 20?
Sean, I understand the frustration, I promise you, but
I'm not frustrated.
He does
you didn't
not
answer
have the
my
votes.
question.
And we are hearing from many people who are still voting with Kevin McCarthy, who are very supportive of what we're doing, and they're cheering us on. So there are more for us than are against us, and they are waiting for Kevin to cave.
Okay.
So look, I hate everybody, right? Like I can't stand Lauren Boebert, can't stand Sean Hannity. You know, in the context of this conversation, the worst person, in my opinion, is the man who enabled the MAGA wing of the Republican Party for years. The same group of people, the same lawmakers that Sean Hannity provided cover for, the same lawmakers that Sean Hannity knew were destructive, knew had no real, political strategy in mind, don't really care about the American people. He just wanted to kiss Trump's ass, and that required him to also kiss the asses of the Republican lawmakers who were Trump loyalists, people like Lauren Boebert, who, to be fair, over like the last day, she took a jab at Trump. But at the end of the day, watching conservative members of the media have these meltdowns over the embarrassing circus that's transpiring in Congress is one of the most delicious things I've ever experienced in my career. Because you made your bed, so now you must lay in it, okay? So if you're gonna have a little temper tantrum on your own show, please do so, because I'm enjoying it. I hope others do as much as I do.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that they empowered, they emboldened, they enabled the growth of the lunatics in the Republican Party, and now they're turning around and saying, I can't believe that you guys aren't agreeing to something that would, save the Republican Party embarrassment, that would allow the Republican Party to investigate Hunter Biden's sex life. How dare you, kind woman, how dare you?
So I've got an interesting blackjack analogy coming up in a second. But first, my favorite part of this story is Hannity going, I'm not frustrated. I've never seen him do that with the desk ever. Because usually he has like almost 99.9% of the time friendlies on that come and go, oh yeah, we're the best, the right wing's the best, left wing's the worst, oh we hate all black, brown, gay people, oh yeah. So now he's got someone he doesn't agree with, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm not frustrated. So you're definitely frustrated, brother, okay? So now in terms of the blackjack analogy, here's what's happening with right-wing media, who almost always win in these battles. What do you mean? Like they're not even in the battle, are they? Yes, they are, of course they are. Whichever side right-wing media goes to wins. So they went to Trump and Trump won. Now they're backpedaling out of Trump, But in this particular case, most of right-wing media is on the side of Kevin McCarthy.
Yep.
So now all of a sudden, these little goblins and gremlins that they created, they're like, okay, now get back in the closet, get back in the closet. Okay, everybody. So what's the blackjack analogy? Well, if I'm winning, I push my luck, right? And I push all the way until I start losing again a little bit, and then I stop, okay? So this is what the incredibly rich Republicans are doing. They pushed over to window all the way to the right, to the maniac, lunatic Charles Manson right for maximum tax cuts, maximum deregulation, everything they wanted, right?
And then the 2022 midterms happened.
Right, and now they realize, okay, we've gone a little too far. Okay, now we're losing because we lost the midterm elections. Now we got this mess on our hands. As soon as we have a new speaker, it doesn't matter if it's Matt Gaetz or McCarthy, it doesn't matter. We're gonna have all those IRS agents fired so they can't figure out we're cheating on our taxes, right? So now they're sending their servants in right-wing media like Sean Hannity to go pound his desk, going, get back in the closet. Me want tax cuts.
No.
Me want to cheat on taxes.
No, but Cenk, you hit the nail on the head, because people like Sean Hannity are very similar to people like Kevin McCarthy. No guiding principles, no values, just a pathetic little tool for corporate America. And what do I mean by that? Let's go to graphic 1. Some Republicans are feeling more confident after seeing conservative media press Colorado Republican Lauren Boebert on Wednesday over her continued opposition. They think continued pressure from influential media members, as well as donors who are being encouraged to make calls, could flip some of those more open to McCarthy's concessions. Now, that was published earlier today in the morning, before Kevin McCarthy lost his 10th vote to become Speaker of the House. So yeah, I mean, Sean Hannity is serving as a tool for the corporations that bribe the Republican Party. That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, and guys, look, it's actually quite literal, of course, because advertisers are the major corporations that fund right-wing media. And so at the end of the day, and by the way, the owners of right-wing media are almost all billionaires. So at the end of the day, they're gonna have their own perspective, and their perspective is those of incredibly wealthy people and corporations. So when they were backing Trump the whole time, remember, that's what corporations and incredibly wealthy people actually wanted. That's why they paid their servants in both right-wing media and, let's be honest, mainstream media to go, oh golly gee, there's nothing Democrats can do. Oh, he passed a $2 trillion tax cut for the rich. Well, oh look, that's the only thing he got done, right? And now they've gone too far, and they're hurting the rich, getting even more money, and that's why Hannity and all the rest of right-wing media is trying to stuff them back into the closet, because they're just servants for the rich.
Now, I want to skip ahead to the MSNBC interview with Lauren Boebert, because what I found so fascinating about this video was just how similar the liberal cable news channel was to Sean Hannity. Okay, so let's watch and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Dan Crenshaw and these other Republicans, do you see yourself working with them again? In the last 24 hours, he's called you the enemy, and he said you'd rather work with Democrats than Republicans. He thinks you're doing all of this for attention, and let's be honest, you've never been on with me before.
I've seen Dan Crenshaw work with Democrats on red flag laws. So, I mean, this is just how things operate here. We are going to come together. We are going to be stronger than ever. We're going to handle the issues that the American people care about. We just need to elect a speaker.
I mean, it's pretty incredible. Hey, Stephanie, what are you so concerned about? Aren't you supposed to be a Democrat on a liberal cable news channel? Why are you so concerned about Republicans finding a Speaker of the House?
Yeah, and if you watch CNN or MSNBC right now, they'll be just as, maybe they're not as mad as Fox News, but they're just as concerned. It's
concerned.
Right, and you'll see a lot of concern everywhere. Everyone's so concerned. What is the one policy issue that is underlying all of this, and why that extreme right wing has gone too far for the very rich? The debt ceiling. So they are threatening not to raise the debt ceiling, which would collapse the economy and costs the rich a lot of money. And what basically the Republican donors are saying are, guys, we were just bluffing with the debt ceiling to move the Overton window so we get everything else. We didn't actually mean it about the debt ceiling, you schmucks. And so now you got these 20 guys who have gone rogue, and Lauren Boebert, their cute little gizmo, has turned into a gremlin. And so now they stand out both Hannity and Stephanie Rule and all the cable channels, right wing and mainstream media, to go, don't you dare, you little naughty gremlins. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not on the side of the 20, right? At the end of the day, they're gonna get back in line and they're gonna serve the rich, right? I'm just giving you what the reality is, what the playing field is, instead of the mirage that you're seeing on cable news.
Cash rules everything around me.
Exactly right. And it looks like the Republicans are getting creamed.
Yeah. Creamed is a funny way of putting it,
well,
but yes.
Cash rules everything around me.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.